baffling. Label scribble on paper, they wanna shackle it. I own my masters and royalties, you can't raffle it. Wrist drip like a mango, fingertips like I'm Thanos. Knocking doors down, no bangles. Without a Kango, tailor-made. Walk with a limp, them bands is heavy, I need a brace. I am money, I guess the world is just a safe combination needed, not a coca kid. I'm the extra lighter on the dresser. I know you need it, smoking out the competition, pouring up, we undefeated. What you heard, let's hear we eating, talking about extra with a splash, extra acting bad. Pull it like parades on parades, extra with the slab. Pay what it cost for the tab, extra with the bag. Young Chris a king, better add extra on the. I go extra to be great. I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake. I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day, I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field.
Hey, DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brothers. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over. Call the promoters. I just put up in this thing with my soldiers. I blew it and I'm still. Last minute, I'ma need me some. Call up Khalifa. Bring them in the. You know I stay with some bad little baby. TGOD, baby, know that's a gang gang. Crazy girls after the game. We going honest, we going insane. Pouring this. Dead homies got me pouring this. We get awards, but we give God the glory. I'm shooting my shot, and most times I be scoring. Do this for my city, I bring on the trophy. Feel like Freddie Mercury,
Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Tonight we polish off Week 10 with a good Monday night matchup between the Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. To start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. These two teams, they met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they're trying to win here in Philadelphia to capture the season series. From the 27, Howell. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Off play action. It's Howell. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And a little spin cycle. Room to run now. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Yeah, we saw that from up here, CD. A tug on the face mask, and the flag comes out.
And we saw that last week they had some defensive miscues like that. And they told us that they had worked hard on it in practice and thought they had it all cleaned up. But obviously the message hasn't really sunk in.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it's 2nd down. Here's Hurts to throw. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Hurts connecting there with Brown for the Eagles first.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Flushed out right. And that one caught downfield by Pascal. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down, back to Sanders. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They go with the option on 4th down, left side. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the offense is able to pounce on it inside the 5-yard line. They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off the decision to go for it, 1st and goal.
60 Bison, 19 Tiger.
Hurts. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Scott will take this one in for an Eagles touchdown. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what...
Oh, Howe loses it. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. They'll go play action. Howell. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Howell throwing on third down here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Past the 20. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 21-7. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Once more, Gibson. And some space. And now off to the races down the right side. 20. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. This is intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw, Howell. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Sly able to put this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Down the sideline he goes. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
And this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, 32 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Elliott good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Now they go play action with Howell. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. Second down, back to Sanders. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. The Eagles at 3-5, 2 games under 500. And Charles, they were losers last time. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, there's still a little...
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Second down throw for Howell. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Faking the handoff. Howell. Thomas has got it. Complete. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
They'll go. It's Gibson. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the Eagles defense able to hold.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Flush to his right. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! Trey Sermon, 40 yards. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Powell to the air on 1st and 10. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Commanders are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. They'll throw now on the final play. Forced out to his left. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders as time expires in the first half. And the Eagles will extend their lead on the final play of the half. Elliott now to add the extra point. And it's no good. No, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. Offense set to begin their next drive. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead. And now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 51 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front and it may be a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing is Hurts. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And the Commanders are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. Got a man. It's De'Ami Brown, complete. Touchdown, Washington. De'Ami Brown, 57 yards. And the Commanders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback, but, hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're a rookie. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah.
And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. Through an opening, and there he goes. He's at the 40, the 20. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, this Philly offense set to go. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Escaping the pressure right. And that's complete to Sanders. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 27-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. Hurts throws complete to Goddard. Down inside the 10. Touchdown, Eagles! Dallas Goddard, 27 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Elliott on for the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, 76 yards. And the Commanders are able to cut into that deficit.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right. He looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
They'll try and run it here. And he'll get in, and they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. He's going to look deep for Watkins. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown. Quez Watkins, 78 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
First down, Howell to throw. He's got Thomas yet again, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Howell throwing on first down here. He's got a man, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And once more, Howell back to the air. This is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Commanders get a bit closer.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, what, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that trims the lead a bit, but still standing at 26 points. At the line, this Philly offense set to go. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago, they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They run with Sanders off the option. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Montez Sweat, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. Howell's throw taken in by Samuel. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up second down. Here's Howell. Throw left side complete. That's Thomas. On the move past the 40. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. On first down, Howell. He's got Gibson on the out route. And he's got some space here. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Looking to throw again on second down. Howell. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. Curtis Samuel. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Brandon, remind me again, this is a rookie quarterback we're seeing?
A rookie indeed.
I mean, because my eyes are telling me something I'm having trouble believing. 5 touchdown passes. He's thrown 5 in this game. Are you kidding me?
And he will bull his way in there for the 2 points. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Offense set to begin their next drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Nifty move. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This will be caught. It's Samuel. Past the 20. Touchdown. Curtis Samuel, 70 yards. And the Commanders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. Howell throwing for it. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The drive will start with an option going left. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. 8 yards to go on second down. Back to throw. And he will find Scott on the right side, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The Eagles on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Hurts fumbles it. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. The Eagles send out their punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Oh, my goodness, I thought he'd peel off. Instead, he makes the fair catch at the 2-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, Charles, the name of the game last time, efficiency. Their very first snap, they connected for a quick. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Darius Slay with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Elliott now to add the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Howell throwing again after the pick-6. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Howell. It's Graham again with a catch, just like the last play. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. They'll run with Gibson. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand.
One-handed. Love the effort. Not much production on that play, though, huh?
Not a whole lot of yardage. You get that grab, you probably want a 1st down.
And he'll be the one in the film session if he's saying, hey, run that one back, Coach.
Yeah.
Run that one back.
One more time.
Let's see that again.
2 more times.
And they won't.
8 more times.
They won't. Didn't get much out of it.
From just shy of midfield, Howell. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic 1st down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
And Howe will throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
A gain of 32 that time. And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000 is a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays hot.
They'll run with Gibson, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his second touchdown of the night. And the Commanders are able to cut into that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for two. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. In prime time, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Eagles, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Washington, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans.